Hi everybody, my name's Sean, I'm Fire of Life 2018, and today, in continuing our series of I'm going to play every Steam game I own, this is EU4, European Universalis IV. This is an older game. I have played nearly 1,000 hours of it already, because it has a lot of replayability. And by that I mean that you can play as every one of these countries. Each one of these countries has their own stats, their own rulers, their own stories. Like, it's really been very thought out. You're starting from 1444, and you can go as late as 1880 something, I believe. I hardly ever make it to that. Because I want to play, like, each one of these has a race. There's also scenarios on this side that you can play. So I was kind of thinking the American War of Independence. We can play as America, Britain, or France. In that, I think I might go play as America. Also known as the American Revolutionary War, the war broke out in 1775, one of the main reasons being the economic policies enforced by the British monarchy upon its colonies in America. As the war progressed, the colonies gained support of both Spain and France, which eventually proved to have a major impact on the outcome of them. So we're going to go ahead and play as America in 1776, just for the sake of the playthrough. I'm only going to play for the first hour, and in this game, we may very well just spend that setting up the game or understanding what's happening. I'm going to make it play in normal mode so I can reload if I have to, because sometimes the recordings like this looks like a glitch already. So we're initializing the game. This is a colony management game, but on a grander scale. It's a 4X exploration kinda, but on a grander scale. Everything about this is huge. Like, it just takes so many things. At the dawn of the Age of the Revolution, the great colonial empires looked as stable as ever. However, the seeds of destruction are planted, and the peoples of the America have begun to yearn for independence. The Qing Empire, born in the last century, has strengthened its hold over East Asia, expanding the borders of China even further than the Ming influence had ever reached. In India, the Mongol Empire has reached the widest extent, but in order to do so, this person has seriously extended its resources while giving influential administrators a greater deal of autonomy than the imperial system can easily handle. In Europe, the era of absolutionism has left the continent dominated by strong, hungry, and militaristic states. Within a century, some of these kingdoms will spend a great resource tearing each other apart, with the weaker ones, such as Sweden or Poland, left by the wayside. However, a much greater threat will in time reveal itself from within, as the hurdled masses embrace revolutionary ideals. No monarch, however enlightened, will be safe. So we have Wealth of Nations on, we have the Art of War, we have Common Sense, and we have Rise of Man. If you're new to the game, these are all the expansions and all the things, and some of them are really, like, you need to make the game playable. And I'd say, like, the Rights of Man, Common Sense, Arts of War, and Wealth of Nations are your bare minimum for expansions. But if you're joining the game now, you might as well just pay the $5, and don't forget to cancel it when you've stopped playing it, or if you're really addicted to it, play it till it's done. In the religious news, Protestant faiths give us the following modifiers. We have tax modifier, which gives us more gold. Improve relations, which will help us make people like us faster. Clergy loyalty equilibrium. Clergy loyalty is in states screen. Remember, it's been a minute. And they may have updated since, but clergy loyalty probably has something to do with your faith. Interesting. Republics elect their rulers from a selection of 3 candidates for a term duration, usually 4 years. As long as you keep electing the same ruler, this ruler will see his monarch skills increase over time, but it will also hurt your republican tradition. Republican tradition becomes too low, the state will risk descending into dictatorship. Your government is augmented by the estates of the realm. These can differ from country to country, but represents strong interest groups within your country that can give you powerful benefits as they are loyal and influential. As an estate might also be a great hindrance if it's disloyal or too influential, however. The influence and loyalty can be increased through choices in events as well as by distributing a great share of your crown loyalty, your crown land to them, which is, you have a percentage of that in, like, I own 30% of the land, planters own 23% of the land, and vergers own 46.6% of our land. That comes from your estates, like the planters. The estate represents the families of landed aristocrats in your country. Their privilege are guaranteed by old traditions, and most have originally been won through performing great services to the state. Their traditional responsibility is to fight, protect the realm against outside dangers, as well as to keep the ruler at peace. The burghers, the estate represents the urban population of your country, such as artisans, merchants, and others that reside inside the city walls. Their traditional responsibility is to work to keep the economy going. In order to do it so efficiently, they expect to be granted special rights, privileges for them in the cities they represent. You can put policies here, or add privileges, but I guess I won't go into that yet. That came up because Crown Land. All governments use government reforms. These reforms gradually add distinctive bonuses to the government over time. Over the course of the game, reforms are unlocked by accumulation of reform projects points, which are passively gained in rate determination by their average autonomy level of provinces. That's a whole mouthful too, and I'll definitely go into that. I think the autonomy level of provinces is like an advanced tip. We're gonna come back to that. North America starts out as a relative isolation from the rest of the world. There is not something that will last forever. In time, European colonists will appear, and you may find yourself overwhelmed by their superior technology unless you have sufficiently prepared for it. I don't know what that means, but okay. We're still paused. You basically start this game paused for sure, because you need to, like, all of these things. Like, this is your main, like, your shortcut main window is F1. In court, you have advisors you can appoint here. We have spy network construction and personality gains in 10 years and 25 years. See, that's kind of suck, because our president is Joffrey Amherst. He has an administrative skill of 3, a diplomatic skill of 1, and a military skill of 3. That is relevant because these things here, the administrative power, diplomatic power, and military power, are currencies. Like, if you've played any of the other 4X games, like Stellaris or Civilization or whatever, this is your HUD, and these are all currencies. Like, these are all things that you can spend, including your merchants, your colonists, diplomats, and missionaries. Power projection is probably the most complicated of these to understand. Treasury is directly related to your economy tab. Like, this one says I have 67.95 and the 3 months balance was 8.99 plus. That looks like it says we're getting 13.8 from taxation, 13.2 from that, and from production, and 32.72 from trade. Trade is a whole other menu and a whole other thing that we'll have to go into. The manpower is directly related into your military. Click on the production interface. Need manpower to create units. And like our force limit, we have 40 of 41 force limits. You can create mercenaries that go above your force limit. You can do a template that creates, like, if you want to have a horseman, artillery, at a infantry, you just always want to make one at a time. You can make that. I will make something that looks like that I probably need another just infantry, but I don't really need one right this second. I mean, I could do it while I'm in here. I could do it while I'm in here. Since there's a million things you're going to do, and I'm going to do that from somewhere. So let's just start with an infantry, and you basically click where you want it built. And I'm sure it's probably going to be mostly in DC, so I'm just going to put plus sign there and get that one build up to force limit. But that was because we were doing military manpower. You see how that went down. I currently have a maximum of 30,000 manpower. I gain 457 a month. Time passes at whatever speed you want it to pass, but by day, by hour even. Like, it's pretty crazy. This game can go really, really slow, really, really quickly. Look at our little military guys. How cute. American Red Coats. How cute. This is where it comes into the play. There are 25,000, 11,000, 25,000 troops, 11,000 horse, and 4,000 artillery. Split up the regiments. You can force march them. You can make them burn the earth in their wakes. So there's that. You can also put in a leader, which we would have to do, and we have tons of leaders. You want to pick the ones that have the most pips. Pips are good. Maneuvering is basically movement speed. Shock, like it's kind of the warfare is very like Risk. If you ever played the board game Risk, and they have a shock and fire to phase of the game, and each one of those gives bonuses, pips to that during the phase. Benedict Arnold. Oh no! We know he's a turncoat though. I mean, like, historically. But he looks like one of our best leaders. Has that 4 pips in the shock thing, plus that maneuvers. So we're gonna sign him. He hasn't turned coded yet. Alright, so we talked about sailors. Well, we haven't talked about sailors, because that's a ship. That is the same thing as manpower, but through ships. So you have 4 different kinds of ships. Heavy ship, great frigate, arpelago frigate, and transports. So you can put boats and things on that. Galleys are cheap warships, and they are very cost-effective in inland seas, where they receive 100% bonus to damage dealt to non-galleys. Can hover a mouse over the sea zone to see the tooltip to see whether sea or not. Cape Hatteras, this is a coast. Galleys will be slightly more effective here, doing 50% more damage in combat against non-galleys. And it's Roanoke. That's cool. So I could make some galleys since I don't have any. And I already have 20 transports, and I probably won't be doing a whole lot of transporting there. This is probably we're gonna fight we're gonna fight off the invasion, I think. So I'm gonna build some of these. Those cost 9 galleons per. And now I'm out of money. I'm still short one. From being at my force limit for ships. But you see how my sailors went down a great deal anyway. I wanted to get them building. Stability is represented here. You can boost it with administrative power, or certain policies, certain procedures. Stability. Your national stability affects the unrest and providences and many other things. Each level of stability is multiplied by the following: global trade power, foreign protection, national unrest, national tax modifier, missionary strength, yearly corruption. Like, you really want to be stable. So I'm going to boost it 1. And now it says that went up, this went down, and I may regret that, but I feel like stability is super helpful. Like, it makes everything better. Like, literally almost everything. So I usually try to keep my stability as stable as hot as possible. Corruption comes here. Here. See, there's a lot of buttons going on with corruption. Root out corruption. You can pay gold to make this go down. Corruption increases over time due to unbalanced research, overextension, lack of research of religious unity. It can be decreased by high stability and by being ahead of the time administrative or diplomatic technologies. If all else fails, you can spend ducats to reduce corruption over time. So you can spend money to root out corruption. And corruption affects things like your stability, like your income, like your production, as you would expect stability to corruption to do. Prestige is harder to explain. Prestige affects many things, but primarily how likely other nations are to accept your proposals. It's how likely it is that our royal marriages will result in personal unions. Also, they can, like, having a higher prestige keeps you from getting personally unionized yourself. That's one of those we talked about earlier on the stream, that you can play this game without going to war. It's not a war game. You can go to war, but ultimately that's not really... Looks like we have some American... Looks like we already have some rebels coming after us. I don't know where we've gotten to that yet, but anywho. But, so prestige, it's basically how well you're known. Excuse me. Republican tradition is new to me. This must be a government, because we are a republic. This change 1.3 every year as long as the country has a republic, due to the base value, American ambition, and power projection. The level of tradition gives you the following effects. It gives us -2 toward national unrest, reform, progress, growth, and the Berger's loyalty equilibrium, so it makes them more loyal just naturally. This represents the acceptance of Republican ideals in country. The lower it is, the likelier reactionaries will reactionaries? It is what it says. Reactionaries will rise up to restore despotism. Okay, this is where you find out a lot about government things that you didn't know you needed to know. Power projection. Triumph over your rivals. So this is basically our military strength, reputation, how well we're doing in the military. Merchants. That is a whole different menu. You press E, and it gives you trade screen. And trade zones are different. Than one assumes. Right now, I have 8 traders, 2 available. I'm sending trade to the Chesapeake. Hopefully I'm doing a lot of trading. Nothing's flowing to us. Nothing is flowing to Europe, surprisingly. I feel like I need to put one in Mexico. A transit node will use trade power to increase the flow of money downstream. It will also send some power back upstream, as long as you already had power in the previous node. So we don't have any power in any of those nodes. Do we have... What's happening? We are currently steering trade towards Chesapeake. It's collecting trade. This is the Caribbean. It's collecting trade. In Mississippi, it's collecting aid. "21 days. I feel like I'm gonna transfer trade power on this one. I'm collecting. I'm transferring it there. I don't know, I should probably send this to send. Hope it's just gonna send now instead. Because that way, if I send the trade power, and we're gonna send the trade power, that way we'll make the Caribbean note higher. But I think we're also sending Chesapeake, so we're actually collecting here. We're making all the trade from this to this to this to that back around, so we're collecting from here. It's 3. Sending it all that we can into these 3. So you basically just keep expanding outwards. Like, I could have put one here, transferred all this route to the Caribbean. And I may change it later, but I got 21 days to make that happen. I have 1 colonist idle. I think I could do... Wrong map mode. Cannot. Not sure where I can make colonies yet. I thought there was an option. My estates, that's improvements. This is things I can build. Autonomy, local autonomy basically controls how much. It's like state rights, if you're familiar with the United States. Like, the higher the state rights, the higher the local autonomy. Like, it's how much you let them. Yeah. I don't know if I want to spend the gold to send a mercenary right now. I mean, I only have 4, but it says I'm getting 18. It's going to cost me nothing. And it'll help me with stability, but it's going to take me 50 months to change anybody's opinion. So I'll just send someone. Since I had the one, let's get him out of the deal. Colonist situation. I thought for sure I could colonize still Terra Incognita. It may not let me colonize any of these because they are... I thought there was a way to look where I could colonize. Anyway, it's probably not even like a huge situation. Now that we've covered up what all these things are, like, the first real step to this game is to figure out what your goals are, and you do that by coming to the mission screen. If you click on this one, see that we're at peace. It wants America's independence, liberty, or death. Its goals are gain 100 government foreign progress, gain 15 prestige. And we gave a permanent claim on the Northwest region. You can go to a regional map. This is a permanent claim on the Northwest region. Must be Canada. See, Northwest anyway. Wait, it'll probably tell us. It needs to tell us. I'm not looking at it. Anyway, build to the force limit. We should already have that happening. It's going to give us a plus morale and plus this, and then just move us down to here. Its goal is taxation in Philadelphia, Philadelphia, and Philadelphia. So that's why it's important. Remember that. Oh, I forgot the capital in this one isn't. So that'll help me with the next two. I just spent military and diplomatic power to increase my production and military manpower. I'll need administrative power to do that, but we know it's on the list because I needed a mission, so I was like working on it. United States gets influential diplomats for 12 years. So we need 2 countries in an alliance. High income, an income of at least 87.77, and so we need to focus on our economy, which is not news. This one says we have national decisions available. All these are the ones that we could pick. So this said the United States gets privateers until the end of the game, which gives us an improved relations, but it gives us embargo and efficiency. I don't think I want that. This one would give us missionary strength and institution embracement costs. I don't think I want that either. United States gets the Blasphemy Act until the end, which gives us missionary strength and tolerance of heretics. I can take that one. That's fine. Because we, as America, we're not that tolerant. That's fair. United States gets Conviction Art Act at the end of the game, giving the following: missionary strength and tolerance of heretics. Did we just do that? I feel like we just did that. This one gives us stability cost modifier, makes it more, but tolerance of heretics +1. See if, unless our heretics get out of control. United States gets Property Act until the end of the game, which gives us a missionary strength as well. Pass Test Act gives the following: missionary strength and tolerance of heretics. We apparently do not care for heretics in this one. We also get to add policies on military, diplomatic, or administrative. I think we're probably going to go to admin. Let's get one of each. Might be because it's pretty late in the game, so it might be light of each. So trade efficiency, tax modifier, more advisors, stability cost modifier, national tax modifier. Plus it gives us tradition, income from vassals. I think I like this one because I definitely want to get. Ways and measures will increase your policy costs to 0 power each month. Has been active for 10 years before it. So it's not increasing anything good. I add in another one. This gives us +1 this helps with the trade steering. Trade efficiency. Trade efficiency is like you lose trade per. Naval limit force modifiers. National safe modifier. I like the trade efficiency. And it would raise our policy costs to 1 administrative power each month. I don't know if I can afford that early. Because I only have 3. Like, I'm only getting 3. So it's not like I can this one on that. Since I got the 1 free one, that's cool. Okay, we talked about that one. We talked about religion. We sent that working out. The military situation. These are all your generals. I apparently can support 2 generals, and I have 8. That's like we're losing. have a bunch of leaders, so I'm losing 6 military turn, but only getting 3. Hey, what up? Jack Nike? It's a cool name. I'm probably saying it wrong. Welcome in. Played EU4 before? I'm doing a recording for the YouTube channel as well, so we're trying to give them like a basic rundown of what EU4 is. And so far, in the first half hour, we haven't even discussed unpausing the game. So if if you haven't played EU4 before, it's a slow game. It's a slow game. And I'm just trying to decide I'm gonna get rid of some of these guys, and I think I am. Like, he's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. Still down to like 3 extra. I have a monthly income, but I'm also like, is that a net income? Oh yeah, so no, we only have 3. I'm not sure I really want to get rid of all these guys. Even though, like, I don't know about this one. George Washington, shouldn't he be the leader? I don't know if if I fire him, do you think he's gonna get? I'm pretty good. How are you, Jack? Gonna, see what happens. I find myself, being a lot more risky on these things because I know I'm only gonna play for an hour. It's probably gonna screw me up if you guys love this video so much and I have to play a whole bunch of EU4. And I'm gonna be like, damn it, I started recklessly. I wasn't playing for the long game. I'm from Eastern Coast, United States. Right around this area. Conveniently. Conveniently. Okay, so we don't have any subjects. Our estates, we could put some things into the privileges of the estates. We can also summon a diet, which will gain, all estates will gain influence and loyalty, but they give you a thing. Today or forever? For the YouTube, he's asking how long I've been streaming. So these are your privileges. You would get Army Tradition Decay, monthly military power, or governing capacity. And I would lose the equilibrium, lose 10% of the crown land. Right now they're at 50 and their equilibrium is 35.5. Yikes. I don't think I want to lose their equilibrium at all. Oh, today? Only an hour or so. I do a morning viewer chat and chill at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time every day for an hour, and then I play a video game afterwards for an hour, to which I record and am putting on my stream series that I'm playing all of my stream games. Actually, I do art for gamers and streamers. Oh, I pay for a subscription. I get all mine from Streamlabs. Like, my cool emotes and such. Those. Whoa! So, somebody may have already beaten you to that punch, friend. I appreciate your capitalism. Drive to succeed. Hustle. I appreciate that. So this one's monthly diplomatic. I'm just saving you the time, buddy. I already have it. And I wish I could say that you're the only person that ever come into my stream offering to sell me something. There's lots of options for what these are. Tolerance of heretics +2 we might need because we already have a thing. they like us that much, and we don't lose any land, but we do get the absolutionism. Settlers chance, we're not really exploring a whole lot, so that's not relevant. If you were playing as one of the great empires of the game, that might be something you'd want to do. Governing capacity, I'm not sure it's worth the crowned land. Let's see what kind of diet options we get. We will summon a diet and set an agenda, which is another goal for us to accomplish, which is always good to get started. And they will gain 5 influence, and estates will gain 5 loyalty right off the bat. In our agenda, the estate of the United States have proposed agendas for the summoned diet. Favoring one of the estates here could have large benefits in the long term. The planters request that we invest in the prosperity of the lands in Philadelphia. The burghers call for us to increase the commercial presence in the Gulf of St. Lawrence trade node. An action they claim would be greatly to increase the prosperity of the nation. So this one means that it wants us to increase base manpower in Philadelphia by 4. And it would give us 10 loyalty. Or they want us to complete the following. It's 15% more trade power. Burghers call for us to increase our commercial presence in the Gulf of St. Lawrence trade node. The action will claim, I think we're going to pick that one. I'm trying to get golds. Trade power will help us. Gulf of St. Sure where the Gulf of St. Lawrence. The Ivory Coast one. Should have said Lawrence. Gulf of St. Lawrence. Ah, in case you're wondering, I used F to bring up the find function. And there's this. Trade power at current. United States. This is trade power. So we should already have that one. Should already be achieved. I think we're above 15% in that one. If I wanted to increase trade power further, I would have to change this guy. Because I can't steer trade. Not steer where I collect. Can't change it, so I was supposed to have sent that here. $17. I guess he's probably wanting the Providence trade power. Maybe that's where we're going. That's why I was like, I need to just be able to transfer at 2.71. I transferred 25% of that would not be enough. Alright, transferring trade power. That's going to transfer the 0.8 to this one. It says I don't. But wasn't there a merchant here before? Like, where'd my merchant go? I guess it takes a minute to get it out of the situation. It says we have that, and I'm aware. Government reform. We are in Tier 1 power structure. Reforms available. Spend one of your upgrades to select an option. the noble elite. This republic has the right to rule hereditary within certain noble families. These families elect a ruler from within their own group, and the head of the government will also rely on their support. This helps army tradition, absolutionism. This one gives me a merchant. But it's not available because we have the plutocracy. The landowner, the crown must own at least 60% of that. Okay. This one allows the Platonic ideal and disallows. Well, I don't really know what the Plutonic ideal group. An oligarchy is a ruler elected from a group of very influential persons of a very top society. This ruling class is also the only group that head of government answers directly to and supports the state upon. Enacting the government reform allocate one of your government reform progress and following benefits. Is this national unrest, tax modifier, and workers' equilibrium? That seems like the best choice of what I have. Fine policy update available. I feel like it did not. It says free, but I don't know if I believe it because I haven't picked the right one. We're gonna pick trade efficiency if that's the case. And the only one we can pick. Also merchant, which is good for us. Says like I don't really have a merchant apparently. Now we are steering golf. This one is steering. This one won't let me steer for some reason. Can't select. I am not collecting. I guess it's because this is my home. So I'm naturally collecting from there. Where did I say that I wanted to send somebody else? I think it was this one. Must be in range. Oh, so I need trade range. Send him to transfer. Trade power. Okay. We've almost gotten rid of all of our buttons, and it's taken us 43 minutes. So there's that. As far as I have 6, 4, and 6. 6, 4, and 6. I can select one of these to make the other two lesser and make that one. Now it's 5, 6, and 6. A little more even. If I put an advisor in, they get you diplomatic power and cost you money per turn. And I don't have any money to appoint those, so that is it. I think I'm gonna have to unpause the game. We are actually going to unpause the game. Look, game is moving. Game is afoot. Game afoot. And I feel like these people. Renowned minstrels received. Has recently crossed our nation's borders. He has intentions to roam our country, bringing joy to all who hear him. But some say only our ears are fit to hear such wonderful music. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for 1 stability or prestige. Gain a skill to artist. Stability cost modifier. I think I'm gonna pick the 1 stability. Stability's huge. Oh, I forgot to send diplomats. While our system of natural conscripts is proving very successful, the poor, the desperate, even the patriotic are flocking to the color. The generals are pleased. The United States recruits flocks of standards until 1986 gives the following effect. Recruitment time. That's really good. I forgot to send our diplomats somewhere. Obviously, one of them needs to be Spain. I did not want them to declare me a rival. Now I have one more. New Spain. Go ahead and do that. That way, we're gonna get double Spain. Armies are sieging our province. There? I thought they were going to be trouble. I feel like this 40k regiment here should take care. You click on it, right click, and it's still only going at like 1 power per. I didn't realize we were at war. Like, oh. That's never good. And we're very far away. There's that. It's like go to port during war. Like I say, we should have handily won to that one. Should have handily won. Mercenaries doing what they do. Our president, a rumor is spreading that. Okay, we don't like about that. When somebody else is attacking someone, especially if he's across the world. As the state and its bureaucracy grow, there is an ever-growing need for people to oversee the administration of various lands and functions. Planters have traditionally been more associated with military services to the state, but have increasingly made it clear that they still expect to be in the first in line when government offices are being handed out. The burghers, on the other hand, claim that the planters consider themselves appointments as mere rewards and will use them only to enrich themselves. Instead, the burghers argue that we should appoint men out of individual merit. The unexpected death of a trusted secretary has left a vacant position to be filled at the center of this conflict. With the burghers supporting the one candidate and the planters expecting us to pick another, while both candidates are talented men, this has to be a political decision. With great prestige comes great abilities. That means the noble counselor. Planters get 15 loyalty, the burghers lose 20, and the planters gain influence. We're gonna give the burghers influence where we can, probably, because they give us money. So the planters are gonna hate us a whole lot. We're losing money by 2.66 a month. Great. Our president has occupied. Oh. I'm definitely not doing this well. I didn't realize that was happening. Okay. Send our troops back up to the top. Mission fulfilled. Definitely. Can urge the fleet. I now have a naval leader. This is not okay. Obviously, this is where the final battle is going to be at the siege. And I thought this was the siege. I don't know why I missed this in the first place. Let's have a naval battle. I'm not leaving them out a whole lot. Did win that, and then I'm right back in, because I know there's a 60 fleet of... Oh, damn. Like, and there's a 30k fleet and a 13k fleet. Hopefully we caught them here. Me. Papal State's opinion changed by a 20. A priest in Maduk has translated the Bible into our language and has started to distribute copies of it to nearby villagers about Persal. Great news, spread the Bible far and wide. I don't really care if the Pope likes us or not. So let's hope that we win this battle before they notice that's a thing. That's gonna give us a 10k. No! Don't join the battle! Kill them quickly! Kill them quickly! Rout them! No! This could be really bad for us. Could be really bad for us. It looks like we're losing. Ugh. It's like we're losing poorly. I mean, and I have 8,000 manpower to replace it, but I don't know what... It looks like we're losing really badly. We did. It's probably because we screwed up. Well, what happens now is they're probably gonna siege this, and then I'm gonna have to come back here and... Like, I have castles, but we're gonna lose all of... Uh-oh. How that got split. Providences. I can sell ties. That gains me ducats, and we lose 10% of the crown land. But he's blockading us. Must stop blockade. I feel like this was a good thing we built those galleys, right? Oh, right. That hasn't happened yet. About to have another fight, and it's looking bad for us. Oof. 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 That's real bad. I mean, like, we're in a fortress. Come on! I think I screwed up a great deal by not noticing that was in the place. Like, what happens if we just give up to Britain? Totally just give. Sue for peace. There's no peace yet. There is never any peace. They're sieging down my thing, and we have 17k people. I'm like, I'm not sure where it's even going, but... Well, luckily, we're at the end of our hour here, so you'll never know. Unless you like, subscribe, and follow, you'll never know what becomes of the United States in 1776. Sean's world. So please like, subscribe, follow if you enjoyed this. If you didn't, tell me why you didn't. Tell me what you didn't like about it. Tell me what you did like about it. Otherwise, we'll see you guys the next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you on the Twitch, 9:30 to 10:30 every day. Not to mention I play a game afterwards, so you could vote for whatever that is in the Wake and Bake or Viewer channel, however you want to call it. We'll see you next time. Okay, bye!